Well, when I first joined Parent Heart Watch, it was a way of healing from my loss.
Without any prior family history of heart issues, Teddy collapsed and literally was dying on the field.
For some of us, the first sign is death, and that's a hard thing to live with.
And Sean had an undetected heart condition. He was rollerblading in our neighborhood when he collapsed and died.
No child should go out onto an athletic field and be fearful that if they get hit in the chest, that they're going to die.
It shouldn't be acceptable that young children are dying every day.
The beauty of Parent Heart Watch is that we all, for whatever reasons, we have all decided that we are going to take what happened to us and save other young lives.
The most important mission of Parent Heart Watch is to prevent sudden cardiac arrests, to prevent deaths.
Sudden cardiac arrest is a condition in which the heart suddenly and unexpectedly begins to quiver or beat ineffectively. It's often not recognized that sudden cardiac arrest can affect young people.
We are the national voice solely dedicated to raising awareness of sudden cardiac arrest in youth.
I feel that if we work at a national level, the changes that we do at a national level are going to trickle down to the local communities, making our work at a local level easier, much easier.
Our parents and our members across the country, many of them have started a foundation or do activities in the name of the child they've lost or the child that has survived. They're the foot soldiers. They're the ones that do the work on the ground. They're the ones placing the AEDs in the schools and in the community centers. They're the ones doing community screenings. They're the ones trying to get legislation enacted so that AEDs are required in all schools. And then we get together once a year and we share best practices.
It seemed a perfect fit under Parent Heart Watch. Everybody else was doing the same type of things. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Parent Heart Watch has become a great template for people that want to make a difference.
People believe that it rarely happens. Not only does it happen, but it's been happening for a long time.
We currently do not have a national registry for sudden cardiac arrest in youth. And we feel at Parent Heart Watch that having validation on the true incidence of sudden cardiac arrest is going to generate new research and initiatives that are going to help save more lives.
Parent Heart Watch provides the connections, the resources, the networking, and the awareness that saves lives.
I would ask every parent to sit down and say, my child plays sports. What can I do to make sure that my child is safe?
There are two primary methods to do this. One would be called primary prevention, that is to identify those who are potentially at risk.
Our son played 8 years of football, was on the high school wrestling team as well. Never showed a symptom. Our son was very strong, just like many of the parents involved in Parent Heart Watch.
The standard approach to trying to protect these young adults is to do a physical examination and review the history. But when that process is looked at critically, it misses over 96% of those at risk for sudden death.
A lot of the kids that die suddenly have an undiagnosed heart condition. It might be a condition that they just don't know about. We check our children's eyes, we check their ears, we give them immunization shots, and yet the one organ that really can control their whole life is their heart.
For us, ultimately, what we want to tell people is to ask their schools, their doctors about prevention strategies.
I think by best estimates, EKG screening is going to detect 60% of those at risk for sudden death. That's great for those who are detected. What about the 40% who aren't detected? And very clearly, that means that we need to be prepared to deal with the emergencies when they occur.
The secondary method is called secondary prevention. This is to be ready if someone should have a sudden cardiac arrest, to immediately treat them and to avert the occurrence of death in that individual.
What we can do as parents, as citizens in a community, is we can go and demand that there are AEDs at our schools, that there are AEDs anywhere that our children are, anywhere that they congregate.
The placement of automated external defibrillators is critical. But it's important for people to understand that AEDs are wonderful devices that can save lives, and they work if people work.
Survival drops 10% every minute that you delay effective therapy with a defibrillator. So this is clearly one of those situations where seconds count.
And more importantly, that people are willing to properly implement the cardiac chain of survival. Calling 911, administering CPR, using that AED so that we can buy time while EMS arrives.
Try to get as many people as you can to learn CPR, how to use an AED. Before you know it, you have more organizations wanting to learn CPR and get involved in it. It is that simple, and it's real powerful.
So unfortunately, survival from a cardiac arrest overall nationally is somewhere in the 5 to 10% range. In schools who have automated external defibrillators, AEDs, and who have an emergency response plan, a study in Washington State has shown that there is a survival of up to 64%.
So this sort of 1-2 punch of screening and preparation for the tragedies is the best approach for this.
And I think Parent Heart Watch is an excellent tool to be able to do that. We have the tools to teach people how to save lives. We came to Parent Heart Watch due to a loss. Many people now come to Parent Heart Watch due to a survival story.
Our son, Teddy, was 16 years old. He was running sprints, and without warning, without any prior family history of heart issues, Teddy collapsed and literally was dying on the field. Without the AED, Teddy would have been dead. Thank God, Matt and the other coaches and staff members there knew what to do. They had a plan in place. They had practiced the plan. They learned about it, through organizations like Parent Heart Watch.
And we get more and more survivors now. To know that there are tools out there that have saved them, and we listen to these young, beautiful people standing in front of us and wish it was our children, but are just happy it's someone's child.
I always look at what my son gave me as a blessing, because I feel that we can make a difference and we can save lives. And I know that with the support of our community and corporate leaders, I know that they can help us do that. We have the technology and the tools to save lives. We just need help doing that.
Are we going to save every single life? No, probably not, but we can save many, many.
All of the efforts of Parent Heart Watch, through advocacy, through connections, through resources, we know we're saving lives.